Hello everyone and welcome to part 2 of my shout out videos for the young vacuum enthusiasts. So if you weren't lucky enough to get a shout out in my first video, stay tuned because you might get a shout out in this one. But don't worry if you don't, I'm sure there's going to be another video following this, at least one other video, because this year I've been absolutely inundated with requests, far more than I've had in any other year. So without any further ado, let's start with the first shout out of this video. And here we have Rydian, who is 6 years old, and Rydian lives in Ohio, USA. Hello and Merry Christmas from the McClure family of Troy, Ohio, but mainly from our 6-year-old Rydian, who is your biggest fan. He's been watching you for about 2 years now and knows so much about vacuums from doing so. He says he wants to be like you and have a really big vacuum collection when he's older. You are not only his idol, but an English teacher as well. He's picked up some big words like robust and essential and sayings from you. His favourite is cheap as chips. He also says words like dirty. Sorry, I do tend to say dirty in a funny way. I do that on purpose. It tickles me. So, I've lost my place now. Let's get back. Alright, I'll start again. His favourite is cheap as chips. He also says words like dirty, wood, and many others with a British accent, and tells I pronounce them wrong. So thank you for your love of vacuums and all that you do to share your passion with others like our boy. Have a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year. Sincerely, Rydian, McClure and family. Well, happy Christmas and, a belated happy Christmas to you and happy New Year. We can see, I think that's a toy Henry in that picture there. There's a shop vac. Oh, it's hard to say. Oh, that's a Bissell lift off, is it? A Hoover Lynx cordless, even a carpet sweeper, an old-fashioned carpet sweeper. Ideal to use if the power goes out, isn't it? You can still keep the crumbs off your floor. A few other little handhelds there, and I think that's possibly, I don't know if there's a shark sweeper as well there. That's a nice collection and a fantastic collage up there on the wall. And I didn't even notice that huge drawing of another vacuum cleaner on the door there. So that is Rydian from Ohio, USA. Ohio, of course. Ohio is the place where Hoover started, isn't it? North Canton, Ohio. I wonder if you've been to the Hoover Historical Center. I'd love to go, but sadly I don't think I'll be able to at all. But never mind, I can see it online. But maybe one day I'll have my own little historical centre. Ibasiac's Historical Centre. Who knows? Anyway, Happy New Year to all of you. Well, I recognise this little boy because I'm sure he had a shout out last year. This is Charlie. Hello Charlie, playing with your Vileda toy vacuum cleaner there. Please say hello to Charlie Pratt. He loves watching your channel every day. You taught him everything he knows about vacuums, and that's quite a lot. He's always inventing new wet and dry vacuums out of his toys and is hoping Santa brings him a new toy Henry with tools for Christmas. He keeps asking for a long, flexible crevice tool for our Harry too. Can you also wish him a happy birthday for January? Happy birthday for January. I've lost my space now because I did my jazz hands. Happy birthday for January, Charlie. There we go. Thanks, Roger. Merry Christmas to you and yours. So, well, I'm sure, Charlie, you got a new toy Henry. Hopefully you got your flexible crevice tool as well. I know Pneumatic do one, don't they? Very long, bendable tool. You can get in all your nooks and crannies. Hello, Theo. I was looking at the picture your mummy sent me and I could hardly see you. I thought, well, where is Theo? And there you are, just in front of your lovely Christmas tree, holding a toy Bosch. And I'll have to zoom in a bit. It's very hard to see what that is. Oh, it's some sort of cordless stick anyway. It's not a Dyson, it's one with a detachable handheld. Got a lot. Oh, you've got a lovely one of those Minion Turbo Power 2s, the bright yellow Turbo Power 2s. Oh, I love those. I've got one of those. A SIBO there, and of course that Shark cordless lift away, toy Dysons there, lots of other toys, and some fat person on the television. Look at that belly. Dearie me, it hasn't got any smaller, I have to say, over Christmas. It's got a bit bigger than that. Anyway, let's let's read out what your mummy has said. Hi Roger, I hope we're not too late for the shout out. We've had a very busy time moving house just before Christmas. This is Theo Doherty. I'm sorry if I've pronounced that wrong. He had a great shout out from you last year and it made our Christmas day. Theo had an impressive collection last year but has been adding to it, and here it is. When we moved house, the removal men must have thought we were mad. You'll be happy to hear we are still in York. He is still vacuum mad. His knowledge on how each one works is actually what's mad at the age of 4. There's nothing mad about that. It shows great intelligence. 4 years old with a huge knowledge of vacuum cleaners. That's something to be proud of. He is our vacuum expert and he watches you every day and looks forward to watching each one of your new videos and old ones. Thank you again for your hard work and entertaining us all. Merry Christmas and all I love, Kat, Jamie and Theo. Theo says, and Henry. Oh, sorry, hello to you, Henry, as well. We mustn't forget Henry. Is Henry... Oh, well, there is a toy Henry there, I think. I expect you've got a real Henry, have you, Theo? You must have. So, still in York. I wish I was. I used to live near York. Lovely, lovely place to go to visit. York Centre, isn't it? Lots of interesting things to see. Lots of shops. Not so many vacuum shops. You won't know this, Theo. I don't know if I said this last time, but when I was first moved to York in the 80s, there was lots and lots of shops in York that sold vacuum cleaners. There was a big department store, my favourite, called Victoria House. I think it's up near George Hudson Street. Do you know where that is? I think it's a hotel now. There was a Curry's, where Marks and Spencer is, before Marks and Spencer expanded. There was Rumbelows, there was the North Eastern Electricity Board, there was a Wig Falls, there was House and Son. Oh, loads and loads of places. I used to love York, looking around for vacuums. It's not so good now, is it? Trying to find vacuum cleaner shops. There's still one though that I know of, and that's what's it called? I've been in it many times. It's opposite Barnett's, Blackwell and Denton. I think it's Blackwell and Denton, yes. So I think I've gone off on a tangent there, just reminiscing about York. So thank you for reminding me of York anyway. It's a lovely place. So I hope you all had a happy Christmas in your family, and happy and peaceful New Year to you all. Here's another Yorkshire boy. Hello Teddy. Here he is with, look at that, fantastic. I'm sorry, but I think whoever made that cake is brilliant. That has to be one of the best Henry cakes I've ever seen. And look at that, folks. Even the cord from Henry is spelling out Teddy, look. And if that hose and extension ones are edible, I will be amazed. That is fantastic. Whoever made that, absolutely brilliant. I'm sure everyone in the comments, if you're going to comment, will say that that's a fantastic cake. That is a shame that I hope, well, you would have cut into it, I expect, and ate some of Henry. But at least you've got the photo of him. And look at that lovely poster. Happy 4th birthday, Teddy. Absolutely brilliant. And you've even got a Henry t-shirt on there. So he had a Henry Hoover themed 4th birthday. That is absolutely fantastic. And Teddy watches my videos every day. Well, Teddy, what a lucky boy you are to have that cake. That is brilliant. I'm so jealous. I was looking through some old photographs and slides of my family, and there was one of me looking very, very pleased, looking at little square cake with a fondant upright vacuum cleaner on the top that my mum must have made, and I was obviously overjoyed by that. But wow, look at that. I would not have wanted to cut into that. That is absolutely, I can't keep, I'm amazed. I'm amazed. Wow. That is absolutely, it just looks like a real Henry, especially, wow. So I'm in awe of your cake, Teddy. You're so lucky. So happy New Year to you and all your family. Hello, Ollie. Here's a picture of you, obviously another pneumatic fan. Ollie would love a shout out. He's 3 and loves your YouTube channel. He's asked Santa for a Henry Pet Pro and some polystyrene balls. Look at that impressive collection. And yes, pneumatics are that strong you can actually sit on them. And look at those wonderful, I think they're pyjamas, are they? Fantastic Henry pyjamas. And a lovely little collection there of Henry toys. The Henry and Hetty desktop, the Henry soft toys as well, and you've even got a Hetty cleaning trolley. Wow, that's great. Well, I hope you got what you wanted for Christmas, Ollie, your Henry Pet Pro. You don't need polystyrene balls for a real Henry because he's got a lot more suction than a toy. He will pick up bigger stuff. As you'll have seen from some of my videos, I've made Henry and Henry Hound and Henry Wet and Dry pick up an awful lot of mess. But don't try that at home, folks, because I don't think your mummies and daddies would be very happy if you made such a mess on the kitchen floor as I did during my Henry Wet and Dry video. But I was able to clean everything up, fortunately. So that's an impressive collection, I'm sure. If you want to shout out next year, if I'm still here and you still like vacuums, I'm sure your collection will have grown to include a lot more happy, smiling vacuums. Can you give a shout out to Jan, aged 4, who is your huge fan? Hello, Jan. I see a picture of you there with a Zelma. Oh, and I don't know what the others are. I think possibly they're all Zelmas. Definitely that lime green one is a Zelma. I think the one on the other side is a Zelma. Let's see if I can zoom in and see what the middle one is. Is that a Philips? It's a Philips. I think that's possibly 2 Zelmas and a Philips. So I'm wondering where you live. Maybe not in the UK. We don't really get Zelma cleaners in the UK. I could buy them, I think, but I have to import them. Anyway, Jan watches all your films, has got his own collection of vacuum cleaners, including Henry and Charles, and is totally crazy with vacuum cleaners. And that's Jan there again with just a small part of the collection. Hope you got some lovely things for Christmas, Jan, and a Happy New Year to you and all your family. Hello, John, and I'm talking to you, John, not John the vacuum cleaner, because in this picture, everyone, we have 2 Johns. This is John, who's aged 5, and he is our resident vacuum expert and a huge fan of yours and your channel. He has an extensive collection, but this John is one of his favourites and one of yours, which was in immaculate condition, thank you. Yes, because I did sell a John on eBay a while ago, but don't worry, I still have another John. But I had 2 Johns and they fought, they argued, because one of my Johns was new in the box, and he bullied, I have to say he bullied the John that John in the picture now owns, because he wasn't quite so shiny, although I did polish him up nicely, but there was a bit of friction there. So I packed up my new in the box John, I put him back in his box and said, you naughty boy, you're going back in your box, and I will free my other John onto eBay and see if another family takes pity on him. And he's obviously there in safe hands, being well looked after, although John, and I'm talking to John the human, I've got to tick you off here now. I shouldn't do it really in a shout out video, and you're not in trouble, so don't worry about it. But I can see that John isn't straight, so next time just make sure I'm only joking, but make sure that John is in between John's eyes, because it doesn't look right. He doesn't look right, sorry, not it. He doesn't look right with his name to one side. So make sure next time you get John out for a clean round the house, just gently move his head round until he's got John printed there. Okay, that's all you need to do. Only joking. If you want to put John's head on back to front, you can. I think you still can with that version. With the newer ones you can't, because they're shaped differently, aren't they, to make people put them on the right way. But no, you do what you like, John. He's your John, and you can choose where to display his name. So I'm only having a little joke with you, don't worry about it. So there you go. Doesn't say if you wanted anything vacuum related for Christmas, but I wouldn't be surprised if you got something vacuum cleaner related. But whatever you got, I hope you had a lovely Christmas day and a happy new year to you. Well, this is quite amusing because after John, we've got this little boy here called Lewis. And for those who don't know, John Lewis is a department store in the UK. And of course, you can also buy a John and Lewis pneumatic. We've seen John, we might be seeing a Lewis in the course of this or the next video. I'm sure one of the younger vacuum fans has managed to get his hands on a Lewis. This is Lewis, but no sight of any Lewis. Maybe he'll get one day. Lewis turns 5 on the 22nd of December, so happy belated birthday to you, Lewis, for the 22nd. He would love to be in your video for his birthday and Christmas. Well, it's a bit late, but I hope you're not too disappointed. We're a bit after your birthday and a little bit after Christmas as well, but I wasn't able to record this any sooner, so sorry for that, but hopefully you'll enjoy this shout out all the same. He is a huge fan and he watches all your videos on repeat constantly. He absolutely loves anything to do with Hoovers. This is him with some of his collection so far. Well, that's an impressive collection if that's all you have so far. You've got a full-sized Henry there, got toy Henry and Hetty, toy Dysons, lots of toy Dysons and a real Dyson as well. And I can't quite see what that is is that? It's very hard to see because it's a bit hidden. Let's see if I can zoom in. I can't quite make out what that one is right in the corner. I can't see what that is. You'll have to comment under the video and tell me what that is. It's hard to make out. I'm flummoxed with that one. And of course you've got little rechargeable cordless handheld there just next to you. Is another picture. Oh, well, you've got a Lewis on a blue bottom. That's unusual, isn't it? I bet there's not many Lewises that have got a blue base. I hope he's picking up all the dirt on that very cosy looking thick pile rug there. You need to connect his nose though. He's not going to pick up much like that. That's absolutely fantastic. So Lewis, you do have a Lewis of your very own. I'm very pleased to see that. So again, happy belated birthday to you. Happy Christmas. Again, belated and not belated. Happy New Year. Well, this vacuum is very familiar. I bought myself another George just only a couple of weeks ago to help clean up some mess at my mum's house. So I've now got 2 Georges. 2 is more than enough, isn't it? But this is Max with his George, proud owner of George. He's a lover of all things Henry, but doesn't discriminate. He has 24 full-sized vacuums now and loves to rescue them from skips and on bin day. He has his own channel, Hoover Basic, and loves to do unboxing videos. He's after your job, it says here. Oh, well, Max, I will have to retire one day, so maybe when I retire you can have my job. Mum is very happy with his hobby as the house is always clean. I think I mentioned that in the first video. Any parents of young vacuum enthusiasts must be thinking, well, it could be worse. At least my child is into something that keeps the house clean and he or she loves to use it. I don't have to vacuum anymore. Absolutely brilliant. So Max, happy belated Christmas to you. And you've got George there set up with the fantastic upholstery nozzle that is ideal for the inside the car, your stairs and the sofa behind you if that gets grubby. Get George out. I had to do that with the George at my mum's. One of her doggies had a bit of an accident on her sofa and George came to the rescue and cleaned it all up. It's now fresh and clean again. Fantastic is George. I hope you like your George, Max, and I hope you got some lovely things for Christmas. Hello Scott, here you are in front of that might be a Bissell Crosswave. I'm not sure, it's not a model we have at the moment. In that lovely rose gold finish there, and Looks like you've got a cordless shark just at the front of the picture, and a very fun looking trike or motorized doobry. It's obviously an electric trike thing, and a rowing machine as well. Keep your muscles up. Yes, you need big muscles for vacuuming, especially big mess tests. Although I haven't, but anyway, I still manage it. So this is Scott, as I said, who's now 7 years old. He has started his own channel. No need to name it on the video. Shall I not? I will. The channel is called Scott's Vac Shack, where he fixes donated vacuums and occasionally does a head-to-head vacuum combat. We have your great videos to thank for this. Well, go over, just search Scott's Vac Shack and take a look at Scott's videos. I know I wasn't supposed to say it, but whoops. Maybe you'll get some more subscribers. Plenty of other vacuum channels out there you can watch. And that's a good thing, isn't it, about YouTube? We can now all share our interests, whether they be vacuum cleaners. A lot of people like washing machines. There's people that share videos on cars, electronic. I mean, there's everything, isn't there? So we all now know, thanks to YouTube and the internet, that once we might have thought we were a bit odd. I thought when I was growing up, a bit odd. I didn't know anyone who liked vacuum cleaners like I did. But once I got the internet, I found out that there's quite a lot of you that like vacuums. So I think it's always nice. These videos, I like doing them because obviously you like the shout-outs, but it's nice for other children to see that you're not alone. There are plenty of other young vacuum enthusiasts out there, and if you're anything like me, an old man, you'll be a vacuum cleaner enthusiast until you're as old and decrepit as I am, because there's just something about vacuum cleaners we like, isn't there? Don't know why, but there's no harm in it. It's a clean hobby, that's all I'll say. Here's another shout out, and I recognise this particular picture. Well, I recognise what's behind this little boy. Another Oscar. Please could you give a shout out to Oscar, vacuum obsessed since 18 months old. That comes up a lot, 18 months. My mum told me I was 18 months old when I first started showing an interest in vacuum cleaners. That must be the trigger point. 18 months, yes, you must like vacuum cleaners. Just when you get to your 18th month birthday, somebody says, vacuum cleaners, have a look at them, they're really good. Must be what happens, because I have no idea why. Anyway, Oscar was 18 months old. He's now 8. We recently went to the Science Museum, that's in London. And of course, we went to see, his favourite exhibit was Vacuums Through the Decades. He's been teased at school lately for his love of vacuums. So a shout out from his favourite YouTuber would do wonders to cheer him up. Have a lovely Christmas, Roger. Well, I just say, anyone who teases you, they're nasty. Not very nice, are they? And fortunately, I don't think I was teased. But you're not alone. There's plenty of us out there, and plenty of younger people like you, Oscar, that like vacuums. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't let people bully you because you like something that's a bit different. You know, we all like different things. That's what makes us all unique, and it makes life interesting. If we all like the same thing, if we all listen to the same music, if we all watch the same TV programs, it's boring. So hold your head up high, because there's nothing wrong with it at all. And I'm sure you enjoyed going to the Science Museum. I went there a couple of years ago. I've been there many times, of course. And I've got quite a few of the vacuums in that picture. I haven't got one of the early Dysons, but I've got that Constellation just behind you. I've got Electrolux 504, the Trilobite, some of those older Hoovers as well. So it really is interesting. If you're ever in London, folks, if you ever manage to get to London, go to the Science Museum and go and find the old appliances exhibition. Not just vacuums, if you like washing machines, televisions, computers. It's an excellent exhibition to go and look at, and you can take video and photos of it if you want to. So I hope you got some lovely things, Oscar, for Christmas, and happy New Year to you and all your family. And remember, just ignore the bullies. don't fight back, just ignore them and just carry on doing what you want to do. You're not hurting anyone. Loving vacuums, watching vacuum videos, fixing vacuums, using vacuums, it doesn't cause anyone any harm. In fact, it makes the world a cleaner and happier place, in my opinion. Well, on that note, I'm getting the flash again, so I'm going to have to end this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you had a shout out, if you haven't had a shout out yet, don't be disappointed. I expect there's at least 2 more videos to come. I'll be uploading the next video very soon, so don't forget, check YouTube, or if you don't subscribe, click the subscribe button and the little bell icon, and as soon as the next video is up, you'll get a little notification somewhere in your inbox, I expect, and you'll be able to watch the next video in this shout out series. So until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.